Hi, this is Lokesh. Today we are going to discuss about parallel plate capacitor. By the end of this video, you would be able to derive and solve the problems on parallel plate capacitor, parallel plate capacitor with completely filled dielectric, parallel plate capacitor with partially filled dielectric. A parallel plate capacitor consists of two parallel plates, each of area A. So this plate area is A and this plate area is A. The distance between the plates is D. The distance between the plates is D. Now we connect this plate to the positive terminal of the battery and the other plate we connect to the negative terminal of the battery. Now as this is connected to positive terminal of the battery, charge will get accumulated here. So positive charge accumulates here, so this plate will get positive charge. As this plate is connected to the negative plate, so this will have negative charge, so this is negative. Okay, this positive charge will repel the positive charge and attract the negative charge. Okay, all the electrons will move, all the electrons from this plate will move towards the positive plate, and these electrons are pushed to this plate by the battery. Now, so what happens here is the charge on this plate now becomes Q. The charge is Q. Now, the charge is Q on this plate, so on this plate the charge is minus Q. Okay, now charge Q on area A, we call it as surface charge density. Surface charge density is plus sigma on this plate, and surface charge density on this plate will become minus sigma. So now we have charges, positive charge and negative charge. So electric field will get developed between these two plates. So the electric field will be like this from that plate to this plate. From this plate to this plate, you will have electric field. Say this plate is plus Q, this plate is minus Q, then the electric field will be like this. And neglecting the fringing effect at the edges, so the electric field basically is from the positive plate to the negative plate. Now if you look at the electric field, now if you want to calculate the electric field, then say what is the electric field here. Now the electric field E is equal to, now this is positive charge, this positive charge will have electric field E1, this negative charge will have electric field E2. Now imagine a positive charge over here. If I place a positive charge over here, this will be pushed in this direction, so E1 is in this direction, E1 direction is this. Now imagine a positive charge kept here, then as this is minus negative charge, this positive charge is pulled in this direction, so the direction of E2 is this direction, so both are in the same direction, so E1 plus E2. Now E1 is electric field due to plane sheet of charge. Electric field due to plane sheet of charge is sigma by 2 epsilon naught, plus this is now negative, so the electric field due to plane sheet of charge, sigma by 2 epsilon naught, that is equal to 2 sigma by 2 epsilon naught, that is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. So the electric field in between the plates, positive plate and a negative plate, is sigma by epsilon naught. Electric field is sigma by epsilon naught. Electric field value is sigma by epsilon naught. Now we know that V is equal to ED. V is equal to ED. So V is equal to sigma D by epsilon naught. V is equal to Q by A, because it is charge per unit area is surface charge density. So this is epsilon naught, this is QD. So this is QD by A epsilon naught. Potential is equal to QD by A epsilon naught. Now capacitance C of a parallel plate capacitor, C is equal to Q by V, that is equal to Q by V. V value what we got here, we will substitute QD by A epsilon naught. So this is QD A epsilon naught. So Q and Q gets cancelled, that is equal to A epsilon naught by D is equal to C. So the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor is equal to A epsilon naught by D, where A is area of the plates, epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space, and D is the distance between the plates. The capacitance always depends upon the geometry of the system. Capacitance always depends upon the geometry of the system. Geometry of the parallel plate capacitor, you can say. Geometry, I mean, it depends upon the area of the plate and distance between the plates. So the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor depends upon the area and distance between the plates and the permittivity of free space. Now earlier we have seen that if the area between these two plates, the area of this plate is A, area of this plate is A, and if there is a free space here and the distance between the two plates is D, then capacitance C is equal to epsilon naught A by D. Now what happens if one area is big and other area is small? See, this area is A1 and this area is A2, and the distance between them is D. Then in this case the capacitance will be equal to epsilon naught A2 by D. Which one is smaller area? That one we will consider. Now because say here you have positive charge here, have negative charge here, this will be holding, this negative charge will be holding this positive charge here, so the electric field is uniform here. Okay, so that's the reason why we take only this area. So C is equal to epsilon naught A2 by D. Now if it is circular also, parallel plate capacitor, say two circular plates like this separated by a distance D, say this area is A, this area is A, the separation between them is D, one is having positive charge and having negative charge, then also this is also called as a parallel plate capacitor. It can be some discs also, two discs separated by some distance are also called as a parallel plate capacitor. C is equal to epsilon naught A by D. just a quick revision of parallel plate capacitor. Two plates of area A. Now we connect one plate to the positive terminal, another plate to the negative terminal. The electrons are attracted towards the positive plate and driven by the battery, they'll reach and accumulate here on the other plate. So you have positive charge on one plate, so this is Q sigma, and here you have minus Q sigma, and electric field will develop. So first of all, you calculate the electric field between the plates. Once we calculate the electric field between the plates, then V is equal to ED. We will calculate the potential. Once we calculate the potential, then we will substitute C is equal to Q by V to get C is equal to A epsilon naught by D. CBSE point of view, very important question. Parallel plate capacitor. Effect of dielectric on capacitance. Consider a parallel plate capacitor. We have positive charge here and negative charge here. So we will be having some electric field. Say electric field is E. Electric field developed here is E. Now when we consider a dielectric, and the dielectric is placed in between the two plates, dielectric is placed. A dielectric is nothing but a non-conducting material. A dielectric is nothing but a non-conducting material. So what happens here is this positive will attract the negative. The positive will attract the negative here, and this negative will attract the positive here. So here electric field got developed, and this electric field is in this direction. Let us take the electric field, the original electric field between the plates as E1, and the electric field developed due to the dielectric or in the dielectric is E2. Now the net electric field is equal to E is equal to E1 minus E2. We already discussed that electric field E1 is equal to sigma by epsilon naught minus electric field due to the dielectric is sigma P by epsilon naught. So that is equal to sigma minus sigma P by epsilon naught is the electric field, the net electric field when you place the dielectric. Now once we know V, then we write the potential. The potential is V. V is equal to this electric field E is equal to sigma by K. The sigma minus sigma P is equal to sigma by K. This epsilon naught is sigma by K epsilon naught, where K is dielectric constant. K is dielectric constant. Sigma minus sigma P is sigma by K, right? And this epsilon naught I wrote here. So E is equal to sigma by K epsilon naught. Now potential V is equal to ED. Whatever is the E value, we substitute here. So sigma by K epsilon naught into D. So what is Q value? What is sigma value? Sigma value is Q by A. So Q by A, K epsilon naught D is the potential V. Now we got potential. So C is equal to Q by V. So that is equal to Q by V value is QD by A K epsilon naught. So Q and Q will get cancelled. C is equal to K A epsilon naught by D. A quick revision of effect of dielectric on the capacitance of a capacitor. Now, due to the plates of a parallel plate capacitor, we have electric field E1, and when you place a dielectric, then we have E2 E2 electric field in the opposite direction. So the net electric field is equal to E1 minus E2. When we substitute the values of the electric fields, then we get E is equal to sigma by K epsilon naught, where K is dielectric constant. Then we write V is equal to ED. From there we get the potential difference across the plates of the capacitor due to the dielectric. Then C is equal to Q by V. If we place, then we get the capacitance of a capacitor with dielectric. Now for a parallel plate capacitor, the capacitance is equal to epsilon naught A by D. Now for this parallel plate capacitor, if I fill this gap between the parallel plate capacitor with some dielectric, completely filling this part with the dielectric, then this capacitance will become, say, C dash is equal to K epsilon naught A by D. So when when the capacitor is filled with the dielectric, then its capacitance increased by K times. Say, using the equation 1 here, epsilon naught A by D as C, then we can write this as Kc. C dash is equal to Kc. So when you place dielectric, then the capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor increases by K times. C dash is equal to Kc, or C dash by C is equal to K. Capacity of a parallel plate capacitor with the dielectric partially filled. Earlier we have filled the capacitor completely with the dielectric. Now we will fill the space between the parallel plate capacitor partially. Now in a parallel plate capacitor, the electric field E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. Right? Now I will insert I will consider one parallel plate capacitor. In that parallel plate capacitor, see, this is a parallel plate capacitor. In this parallel plate capacitor, I will insert a dielectric. I will insert a dielectric. Say this is dielectric. This dielectric thickness is T. This dielectric thickness is T. Okay. Now this is having a positive charge. This is having negative charge, right? Now the distance, the total distance between these 2 points is D. The total distance between these 2 points, these 2 plates, is D. Now let us take that this distance from the plate to here is T1, and from the dielectric thickness is, say, T2. What I mean is T2 is T. Okay. Now this distance we take that as T3, the distance between the dielectric and the negative plate. Now due to this positive charge, it will induce negative in the dielectric in this direction, and due to this negative it will induce positive in this direction. Now let us write the electric fields. What are the values of the electric fields? We will write here. Now the electric field here in this part is even. Say even is equal to, what is even? Even is the electric field here, that is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. Sigma by epsilon naught, that is equal to q by a epsilon naught. Okay. Now E2, electric field here is even, electric field here is here inside here is E2. The net electric field is E2. The net electric field is E2. Okay. So the electric field due to this minus this is equal to E2. The net effective is E2. The net effective is sigma by k epsilon naught, that is equal to q by k a epsilon naught, and here it is E3. So E3 is equal to sigma by epsilon naught, that is equal to q by a epsilon naught. Here electric field, the net electric field in the dielectric is sigma by k epsilon naught, which is q by k a epsilon naught. Now the potential here from this positive plate to here is V1, and across this is V2. Across the dielectric is V2, and from here to here it is V3. So the V is equal to, I can write V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. But what is V1? V1 is equal to E1 into T, because V is equal to E into distance. Distance is this, V is equal to E into D. D is distance, right? Distance here is T1. So V is equal to E1 T1 plus E2 T2 plus E3 T3. Okay. Now I'll just substitute the values of E1 is equal to, what is the value of E1? Q by a epsilon naught, q by a epsilon naught into T1 plus E2 is q by k a epsilon naught, k a epsilon naught into T2 plus E3 is q by a epsilon naught, q by a epsilon naught into T3. So this is equal to V. Now I can take common q by a epsilon naught. So that gives me V is equal to q by a epsilon naught T1 plus T3 plus q by k a epsilon naught into T2. I took q by a epsilon naught common, T1 plus T3 plus q by k a epsilon naught T2. If we look at this figure very carefully, now this we are saying this is T1, this is T3. So we can say T1 plus T3 is nothing but D minus T. This is T1, this is T3, right? So d minus t from total distance, if I remove this, that will be equal to t1 plus t3. So I can write d minus t as t1 plus t3. d minus t, the total distance between the plates is d. d minus t, if I remove this one, that will give t1 plus t3. So d minus t is equal to t1 plus t3, or else in another way you can write d is equal to t1 plus t2 plus t3. d is equal to t1 plus t2 plus t3. Now send t2 this side, then d minus t2 is equal to t1 plus t3. Now t2 is nothing but t2 is nothing but thickness of the dielectric. So t2 is nothing but t, so d minus, in place of t2 I wrote t, so d minus t is equal to t1 plus t3, t1 plus t3. So in place of t1 plus t3 I will write d minus t plus q by k a epsilon naught into t2 is nothing but t. Okay, so this I can write this as q by a epsilon naught d minus t plus q by a epsilon naught t by k. So I can take q by a epsilon naught common here. So q by a epsilon naught, v, if I take common, that will give us t minus d minus t plus t by k is v. So we will substitute c is equal to q by v. c is equal to q by v. So if I substitute v value here, then this q and this q will get cancelled. This epsilon naught a will go up. So epsilon naught a by d minus t plus t by k is the capacitance of a partially filled parallel plate capacitor with dielectric. So if you fill the capacitor of a parallel plate capacitor with a dielectric constant k and thickness t, then what we get is c is equal to epsilon naught a d minus t plus t by k. So what we have done here is v is equal to v1 plus v2 plus v3, which is e1 t1 plus e2 t2 plus e3 t3. Here e2 is equal to q by k a epsilon, because that's the effective electric field in the dielectric, net electric field in the dielectric. So we have substituted t1 plus t2 is equal to d minus t by using the figure. Then we have calculated capacitance c is equal to epsilon naught a d minus t plus t by k, where t is thickness of the dielectric. The capacitance is independent of the position of the dielectric slab with respect to the plates. So whether the plate is kept here or here or here, that doesn't matter. Okay, so the capacitance doesn't depend upon the position of the dielectric with respect to the plates. It always depends upon the thickness of the dielectric slab and the dielectric constant. It depends on two things. One is thickness of this dielectric and the dielectric constant. Now for a metal, if the dielectric is removed, and if we place a metal, we know that metal K value is infinity. For a metal, the K value is equal to infinity. Then for a metal, the capacitance is equal to epsilon naught A by D minus T, because this term will become 0. If these two are the plates of the capacitor and the distance between the plates is D, and the dielectric of a dielectric constant K1 of thickness T1 and K2 dielectric of K2 thickness T2 and dielectric of K3 thickness T3 were kept like this, then the capacitance is equal to C is equal to epsilon naught A by D minus T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T1 by K1 plus T2 by K2 plus T3 by K3. So if they are n are placed, then I will write D minus T1 plus T2 plus T3 so on plus Tn plus T1 by K1 plus T2 by K2 plus T3 by K3 plus so on plus Tn by Kn. So what we have discussed till now is a parallel plate capacitor. In a parallel plate capacitor without dielectric between the plates, capacitance is equal to epsilon naught A by D. With dielectric completely filled between the plates, capacitance is equal to K epsilon naught A by D. And with the dielectric partially filled, then capacitance is equal to epsilon naught A D minus T plus T by K. A parallel plate capacitor with oil between the plates of the dielectric constant K is equal to 2 has a capacitance C. If the oil is removed, then the capacitance of the capacitor will become. Now with the dielectric completely filling, its capacitance is C. So capacitance of the capacitor with the dielectric is C. Then if this dielectric is removed, then the capacitance will reduce by K times. So capacitance of capacitor after removal of dielectric is C by K. K value is equal to 2. So the capacitance without that dielectric is equal to C by 2. So C by 2 is our answer.